Shalom family, once again welcome to the future house. My name is Fumilayo and joined with me today is Nosa and Karim. Of course, we are still talking about friendships and relational skills. As young people, it is important for us to develop life skills on how to navigate friendships and relationships with the people around us. So today, we're going to be talking about the 6 kinds of people that nobody likes to be friends with. The real question is, are you that person or are those kind of people around you? How do you navigate it? How do you become a better friend? How do you go about it? So one of the people that I particularly do not like to be around are people who are always seeking for pity, the pity seeker. I mean, those people, every time you're around them, they always have a sad story or something negative or something sad happening around them. And I don't know, Karin, have you ever been with somebody like this? How do you navigate it? How do you manage being friends with those kinds of people?
So, for me, I think that those pity seekers, it's not really a good habit, it's not a good attitude, because the more you do that, people will not want to be around you. They will like to run away from you. Whenever they see you coming, they'll be like, oh, there you go, that person is coming again. So they will find a way to dodge you or run away because they don't want that. Because the more they are comforting you, they are draining them too. So as you are always seeking, they are trying to say, oh, sorry. They are trying to always comfort you. They are draining them. You are making them feel that no matter what I'm doing, this person does not change. There's always a bad story or always a sad story. So for me, that's
very important, because when you're that friend who there's always negativity, there's always something sad, there's always something that you want to be pitied for. Like Karin has said, it's very, very draining. It's draining for the people around you that care about you, because it's like you're putting them in a position to always give. No, sir, do you want to add to that?
Being friends with a pity seeker is actually very tiring, because most times they're not actually doing it just because they want to be comforted. Most times they're doing it for attention. And that kind of friendship, you're the one that's always giving and giving, and you're not receiving anything. The pity seeker is not giving you anything, it's just taking, and it's very tiring, and it can emotionally tax you so much to the point that you even be wondering, why am I still friends with this person?
So yeah, I think the 2 most important things that both of you have said now is, number 1, it's draining for the people around you. Second of all, you really don't want to be comforted. You just want attention, and that is not a good place to be. Okay, so I'll just go straight to the next kind of friend that nobody wants to be with, and that's a bragger, somebody who brags a lot. Me, myself, and I. You're always talking about yourself. They are laughing. I'm sure you know somebody like that.
Yeah.
Nobody likes to always be in a space where we are talking about only you. You want to be seen, you want to be in front, you want to be the only person noticed, you want to make yourself seem larger than life. I understand that it is important sometimes for you to talk about yourself, talk about your milestones or the good things that have happened to you, but it becomes a challenge when you're doing it from a place of pride, to brag and to make other people feel less about themselves, I think. I don't know, Nosa, do you want to shed more light? Because the way you were laughing, it seems like
okay, so
I know somebody like that. Please don't mention their name.
If I'm friends with a bragger, when you talk about yourself all the time, what I feel is you're just using me to make you feel better about yourself.
Wow.
And also, it's like you don't care about me, you only care about yourself. So what kind of friendship is that? It's just, okay, you are the boss and I'm the minion. I'm just there to make you feel better. I'm just there to do whatever you want to do. Listen to you drone on and on about yourself,
me,
what
myself.
you've done. And whenever whenever I try to talk about myself or what is happening in my life, you shut me down.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to feel seen. I'm not going to feel like I'm your friend. I'm going to feel like, oh, I'm just a means to an end. And she finds someone better, or the person finds someone better, the person moves on and begins to, drone on again to that other
About
person.
themselves. Karen, for people who act like this, how do you think they can do better? Because I also understand that some people are not self-aware that this is what they are doing, and that's part of why we're having this conversation. Because some people do it unintentionally. They have not considered to say, oh, am I this kind of person who is always just bragging about myself? I just bought this new iPhone, I just went on holiday here. Am I that person? Are you that person? You need to start asking yourself those questions. So for people who are just learning about this now, what do you think they can do differently or better?
Okay, for me, if you are somebody that always brags about yourself, that is a sign of insecurity. You feel that, okay, if I don't talk so much about myself, nobody will listen. If I don't say the things I have, the way I've been in life, the environment I've gone through, the vacations, all those stuff, people are not going to listen to me. And that is not true, because when you give people the chance to talk, when you give other people the chance to talk, it's like, because communication is two people talking.
Yeah.
So when only you are the only person talking about your life, your progress, your downfall or anything, you are the one that is always talking, you don't give the other person an opportunity to speak, that person is not going to like it, because you are like telling them, okay, you are not important, I'm the only one in this whole place, you should listen to me, and the light is on my face, so you are at the back. So that is not actually a nice thing. You're supposed to give people the chance to speak. You're supposed to like make others feel seen, and you're supposed to help them, encourage others, not always be the one that taking all the time. You should always give others the chance to speak. So
thank you very much for that, Carrie, because one important thing that you both mentioned now, both for the pity seeker and the bragger, is that they are both selfish. They're thinking about themselves, and true friendship is a two-way street. You give, you receive. So if you are always on the receiving end, you need to evaluate yourself, right? Same way, if you are always on the giving end, you need to evaluate yourself. So the more you talk about yourself, also look out to learn about your friend. Also give them room to talk about themselves and share their experiences. Another kind of person we'll touch on today that nobody really likes to be around is the loner, the kind of person who likes to isolate themselves. Now this is touchy because genuinely some people like their space and they like their privacy, but there's a thin line between being a loner and isolating yourself from people. So the key here for me is, of course, you can have friends, you can relate with your friends, and you can let them know, balance it, be there for people that care about you, give them your time, as opposed to not giving them any time at all, but expecting them to show up for you when you need them. It doesn't work that way. We can be private, we can be what's the word for it? Introverts. Yes, introverts. You can be an introvert and still have friends, right? You can be an introvert and still make friends and still have friends. Osa looks like an introvert. You know this kind. Both of them seem like they are introverts.
For me, I think I have something to say about that. So when you are always quiet, because there are people like that in my class, sometimes they just feel that I don't want to talk to anybody, I just like my space. Some of them pretend, actually. There are some people that pretend that I don't want anybody around me, because when people are always quiet, people will come and be asking like, what's happened to you? Are you okay? Are you feeling well? So people also use that as a way to seek attention sometimes, because some people, they may not really like that lonely space. They just want people to come and ask
to
them,
notice
to
that
come
they
and
are
talk to them.
isolated.
Some people don't like being the first to speak. They like others to come and meet them first and tell them, okay, how are you doing? And it's not actually nice, because someone is always the one checking up on you. You too should be free. Like sometimes I really like my space sometimes, but you should also be free. Allow others to talk to you. Don't always keep yourself
balance.
Private. There should be a balance. Yes,
Yeah.
everything should be equal. So
balance. I know the Bible says that he who wants friends, I think in Proverbs, should first be friendly. You cannot say that you want friends and then you're not friendly to the people around you. So there's a thin line between being an introvert or keeping to yourself or liking your privacy and just building a wall and saying, I don't want anybody to come close, I don't want anybody to get close to me, I don't want to know you, you two don't know me. No, friendships are important, people are important. No, sorry, do you want to add to that?
Regarding looking for attention, most times I've seen a case where person just likes they're getting pleasure from the fact that people are looking for them and they're playing hard to get. So they just shut themselves up and like, okay, let the people come, let them try. Like they like seeing people try to get to
know them.
So,
mysterious.
so if you're that kind of friend or you're that kind of person, honestly, it's not nice.
Okay, the key takeaway here is balance. Even introverts have friends. They have people they let into their space. They have people they allow come into their cocoon to be friends with them. They might not be extroverted and be